Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Neo. In this video, we are working another fall set. I am feeling it, y'all. These are some one-step coffin tips that I got from the two guys. They really are great if you are someone who likes a coffin but doesn't want to have to deal with shaping them and they don't have that weird curve. These are the tips for you. They do come in a stiletto, but once you clip off a certain part of the tip, you have a perfect coffin. You don't have to file at all. So I'm going in now with my Young Nails Cover Blush. I wouldn't necessarily call this color a blush. It does have a good amount of shimmer in it. I was not expecting that, but it's a really nice acrylic. I would call it more like a cover beige maybe, but it's not as blushy as I thought it was going to be. No worries, we made it work. So I'm applying that on this finger. I'm also using an acrylic from Sugar and Cream. I say it in almost every video. It's one of my favorite acrylic brands called Romance. So it's a new color that I recently got. It's like a Bordeaux red with like gold and red glitter pieces in it. It's really pretty and delicious, and I thought it would be great for this fall set that I'm working with. I also have, if you see on the table towards the left, my two guys pre-shredded foil pieces, because you know I hate having to shred foil pieces, but they're just so beautiful. So I'm using the gold, and they're called chameleon flakes on the two guys website. I'm using the number 6 pot, which is the regular gold one, and then I also have some leaf glitter. So the two guys also have holographic leaves that come in a set, and I'm using the red leaves and the rose gold colored leaves in this set today. So I'm just gonna let you watch me apply acrylic to 3 nails, and then we'll get into the fancy bit in a sec. So I am using just some monomer that's on the brush to pick up and place the gold foil or chameleon flakes on this clear nail. I mean, the tip is clear. Obviously the nail plate part is not clear because you got to use those for the red iguana hand, but you know what I mean. It's a clear tip. So on this nail I wanted it to look clear. I'm just adding those gold foil pieces all around the nail, mostly just to give some type of background because I'm going to be adding these glitter holographic leaves on top. So Not too much. I didn't want to cover the nail completely, but you know, give a good amount. I'm then going to use some Young Nails. I'm not using Core Clear. I'm using the Speed Clear. I was trying it out to see how fast it actually is, because I'm pretty comfy with the Core Clear. I just want to see how fast the Speed Clear sets. It's a bit faster. I wouldn't use it to stick encapsulated pieces like this just because it dries extremely fast. But it was totally fine in terms of like encapsulating. But yeah, I'm adding a little bit more clear acrylic and then just sticking rose gold leaves and red leaves. I didn't want to use orange because I felt like it was a little bit too much on the nose, but I like rose gold. It's my favorite color, so I figured it would be a nice difference. And it kind of have a little bit of the goldy flecks in the Romance color from Sugar and Cream. I'm adding more leaves towards the tip of the nail, just alternating colors so that there's not too many red in one area or too many rose gold in one area. And I think it came out really pretty. I'm also going to do the same thing on the Cover Blush nail because it just, the color wasn't doing what I thought it was going to do. So I'm not covering it completely, but I'm just going to follow the same pattern of using monomer to stick these gold foils on the nail. I'm going to swirl it kind of like towards the side of the nail so it's not covering everything, but it's basically the same process. And I was using some of the foil, gold foil flakes to cover some of the leaves so that the foil was on the bottom and on top as well. So you can just check that out. And now I'm going in with the Young Nails Speed Clear. So it does have the same amount of clarity. I did like it. It did set quicker. The Core Clear does run a bit, which is great for encapsulating. I think I like to squish that clear acrylic all around encapsulated pieces, especially like this with the leaves that they don't curve with the nail. You could go ahead and actually like bend the leaves before placing them, but I just think that takes too much time, and I have no problem filing off like a stem of a leaf when working. But I didn't really have too many issues with the Speed Clear, so I'm gonna stick to the Speed Clear for a little bit and see how it works. But you can see it does set fairly quickly. Like, you can't run it as much as you normally would. You just have to kind of work and place it where you need to and just move fast. So it's a learning curve, but I'm getting there and I'm liking it. And the encapsulating is just about done. I am going in with an 80 grit nail file. These nail files are interesting. I got them from the local nail supply shop and they are hard, but I wouldn't say these are great quality nail files. They do kick back a lot. I'm not sure if you know what I mean by kickback, but like the grit on the nail file does flake off a lot. I've just had better quality 80 grit files, but they are 80 grit, and I figured they would be great for shaping. And I have a crap ton of them because they come in a set of like 50, so I'm like, I might as well start using it. I do regret it though. Even though I do buff, you can see I'm like scratching the surface of the nail because I didn't e-file this set to kind of smooth out my shape on top of the nail. And because I was using an 80 grit file to do this, I did get a lot of scratches in the surface of the nail. Even though I did go in with my medium and fine bit buffers after, it did not get everything out. One thing that I will suggest if this happens to you is to use a base coat before you apply any of your top coat, because the base coat's job will fill in all the cracks, all the divots, anything like that. And just as a precaution, don't use your 80 grit to, especially if it's this not the best quality, don't use an 80 grit to file the surface of your nails. So I'm going in with my medium grit buffer and then graduating to my fine buffer. And then I'm gonna wash and dust off this hand. These red iguana hands hold so much dust. Like you can sneeze in like another state and there'll be dust on this hand. Like it's so ridiculous. I know that the silicone is like sticky in a sense, but like golly, it is so dusty. I'm going in now with a different bling gel actually, and you can see, so these are the nails that are buffed and cleaned. You see all those scratches, like it's insane. I definitely should have gone in with the base coat first and then cured and then did the bling, just so that the base coat, but as you can see, like when I'm using a matte top coat. Okay, so hold on. I'm going in with, instead of my normal The Two Guys bling gel, I'm using the McCart bling gel that comes in a squeezy tube. I think it's kind of nice, and not having to use a brush and cleaning that brush. It's nice to have everything in one area. And then I wanted these nails to be matte, but as you can see, the matte top coat does not seep into all of those scratches. So you will be able to see them in the final video view of the nails, it didn't bother me too much, but it's a learning, you know, I learned now moving forward that if I do buff nails with an 80 grit or a lower grit file, that it's a good idea to use base coat and then your top coat or whatever you're going to do on top of that, just to fill in those ridges and gaps and stuff like that. So after adding my matte top coat, I am going in with just some gold charms and pieces that I found. I didn't want to use any bling. I wanted it to be very simple, very minimal with the design. And I just, you know, placed some things around. You know, I can't do a design without caviar beads, so I threw like 4 in there. But yeah, cure for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to redo the same thing after wiping the sidewalls, maintain that shape, right? That nice coffin shape. Repeat it on the other red nail. So again, with the Macart bling gel, some matte top coat. This is the Beatles matte top coat. This matte top coat is one of my favorite matte top coats. It really gives you a velvety, smooth top coat, like matte look. It's so gorgeous. I'm gonna have to do more looks with it because it's really, really pretty, but it definitely did not help in like covering all of those scratches that I put in the nail. It's a practice set. I'm learning, you know, figuring it out as I go, but it did bother me a little bit. Cure for another 60 seconds, and then this nail is done. You know, moving these around, making sure it's straight. I really liked how minimal this bling was. I felt like if I had gone in and did my normal like rhinestones and whatever, it had just taken away from the simplicity of this set. If the thumb was done, I'd have just done another red nail with the same amount of bling on it or charms on it. I'm going in with that same matte top coat on these 2 nails as well. As you can see, it's so gorgeous when it's glossy, but it is going to dry matte. Cure for a full 60 seconds this time, and the set is pretty much done. I have a photo shot for you in a few seconds. Oh, yep, glossy top coat underneath that clear one, just to make sure that you can see all the way through. So this is the shot of the nails. They looked really, really gorgeous. That romance color is beautiful by Sugar and Cream, and as you can see, the scratches in the nail are very visible. So just, you know, don't make that mistake. I make the mistake so you don't have to. If you like this video, like, subscribe, even though I scratched up my nails, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.